President Obama has been speaking out about gas prices.
And you can bet that since it's an election year, they're already dusting off their three-point plan for $2 gas. And I'll save you the suspense. Step one is to drill, and step two is to drill. And then step three is to keep drilling. We heard the same line in 2007 when I was running for president. We hear the same thing every year. We've heard the same thing for 30 years. Well, the American people aren't stupid. They know that's not a plan, especially since we're already drilling. That's a bumper sticker. It's not a strategy to solve our energy challenge. That's a strategy to get politicians through an election.
Well, you know, I agree with him and I disagree with him. He's right, of course, that's the only Republican plan, and it's not a real plan. And he's right that they have already drilled. In fact, we are now at an 8-year high for the amount of domestic energy, oil production here in the United States, right? So he's right about all that stuff. But if he's right about that, then why did you do the Republican plan of drilling? Why are we at an 8-year high?
Oh, what a great point. That is a great point. Yes, you've been doing that stuff. When are you going to try a Democratic idea? When are you going to do that? Yes, of course. And drilling, correct me if I'm wrong, but all oil goes to the world market, right? So if you drill more in the United States, that does not mean lower prices for gas in the United States.
Right, it just means more for the speculators who can still play with it however they want.
Exactly. So how do people not?
Well, it's because nobody ever tells them, right? And so Ed Markey did a brilliant amendment to a Republican bill in the House where he said, hey, listen, okay, let's do Keystone Pipeline. Now, you guys want to do that, right? But if we do it, I want to keep all that oil here in the U.S. 230 out of the 242 Republicans voted no. They're like, no. We want ExxonMobil and whoever else to sell it to the Chinese. We want them to sell it anywhere for $1. We don't actually want the oil. We were lying. We were lying through our teeth. So then Larry Kudlow, who's very conservative, of course, he's on TV. People are aware how conservative he is. He pointed out that, wait a minute, what Obama's talking about is totally the Republican idea. In fact, first he quotes Obama, and let me read you Obama's quote. If we're going to take control of our energy future, if we're going to avoid these gas price spikes down the line, then we need a sustained all-of-the-above strategy that develops every available source of American energy: oil, gas, wind, solar, nuclear, biofuels, and more. And I remember when he said that, and I thought, wait a minute, all of the above, didn't McCain run on that? I thought that was the... And so Kudlow continues in the next paragraph. He says, quote, that's a Republican policy. All of the above, George W. Bush used to say it. John McCain ran on it in 2008. And you hear Republicans talk in similar terms all the time. Quote, all of the above. That is literally their slogan, okay? Now, very rare instance where Larry Kudlow's right. It's true. And I remember I was so frustrated because President Obama said he was going to do more offshore drilling. And I remember being upset by that, and I remember the Obama supporters saying, Cenk, you don't understand, we have to do more drilling. And then 2 or 3 weeks later, BP oil disaster, right? And even after the oil disaster, we're still at record drilling levels.
He suspended it, and then he reinstated it. You know, it's not like he said, well, we have to rethink the whole idea of offshore drilling in America, so close to the shoreline, et cetera, et cetera. They suspended it, and everybody was sort of hopeful. And then, of course, well, they put it right back.
And I remember after they reinstated it, they asked Salazar, who's in charge of the program for the Obama administration, well, are you sure we've got the right safety precautions now? Because that's why you had suspended in the first place. He said, quote, it's a work in progress, which means no, we don't. Right. We don't have any of the safety precautions.
Whenever you get neither a yes nor a no, then the answer's, in that case, no.
Yes. So, but let me ask you this. Look, politically, it's not a bad strategy in the sense that the Republicans have nowhere left to go but off the cliff when they go further right. Even Kudlow's frustrated. He's like, damn it, he stole our policy, right? On the other hand, when it comes to actually lowering gas prices, all that oil production in the U.S., as Jimmy pointed out, doesn't do a damn thing for our gas prices here. So it's good politics, but at best, mediocre policy.
So once again, if we would have voted for John McCain, we get the Republican policy, and if we vote for Barack Obama, we get the Republican policy. So
it's true.
And so doesn't it drive you nuts when people like Andrew Sullivan and Chris Matthews say, grow up? Doesn't that drive you crazy when you
Oh,
legitimately
yeah.
criticize Barack Obama for being a Republican? When do we get to be, governed by a Democrat, and those people tell you to grow up, that you're dumb, that, oh, you know what, he was never really a liberal, he was never any of these things, so it's your fault somehow that we're still being governed by a Republican. It's somehow still the left's fault.
Yeah, how many times do I have to vote for a Democrat to actually get a Democrat?